All right, we have someone on hold.
Yep.
We have an esteemed guest here who I'm very much looking forward to talking to again. Let's get him on the line and then...
Okay, I'll let him in right now. Stand by.
There we go.
Hey, Sebastian.
How's it going?
Thanks
How's
for
it going?
calling.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you got to get that LaCroix queued up, huh? Get it in the chamber, as they say. First of all,
yes, sir.
Thank you so much for calling in. You know, I really appreciate it. You know, so we're we're here.
Before we start, could I just sent you guys a request to record it? If you guys could
absolutely,
accept that, that'd be great.
Absolutely, yeah.
I just clicked allow.
It doesn't seem so, but that's okay.
Recording in progress.
Okay.
Oh wow, they really let the people know. Okay, well, so
where are you at, Ethan? Are you in the Amazon rainforest?
Oh, you see the green screen? No, I'm in Los Angeles. It looks like a shithole in actuality, but here it's beautiful. Okay, so Sebastian, I kind of was refreshing everybody. You went viral for your Lamborghini clip and a few other things. But recently what caught my attention was this clip of you talking about me. And I thought, let's just go through it. Let's just go through it and talk it out, right? Because that's the best way to deal with these things, right? So let's hash it out. So here's Sebastian on Ethan Klein on his TikTok page. Let's see.
Some people are really stupid. Ethan Klein is the worst.
Okay. So I am really stupid. Let's start there, I guess.
Did I say that? Did I say Ethan Klein is really stupid?
Oh, here, I'll go back.
Some people are really stupid. Ethan Klein is the worst.
No, he said Ethan Klein's the worst person or something.
We'll get to that next.
I said some people are really stupid. And then when I said that, I was just like, okay, I got to talk about Ethan Klein.
Now, what made you think about me when you said some people are really stupid? Because that's how usually in language you're presupposing, you say some people are really stupid, like Ethan Klein, who I'm now going to talk about.
Yeah, so I was talking about someone else. His name is Bryce Hall. And we were just talking about some people basically jumping to conclusions, taking things that I've said out of context and then jumping to a conclusion with absolutely no evidence.
Do you think it's
and then believing those things? Well, hold on. And then believing those things without any actual evidence. And I was like, okay, people like that don't dig deep or fully know what they're talking about are in that moment really stupid. Maybe not stupid as people, but just being stupid in the moment.
Okay, interesting.
That's what I meant by that.
We'll put a pin in that. That's interesting. So would you say that this is taken out of context, or how would you describe this? You say some people are really stupid. Ethan Klein.
What do you mean taken out of context?
Well, it's edited. Like, you can't deny that it's edited to say I'm really stupid.
Well, I didn't tell the editors to do it that way. They edit however they edit. I didn't even approve that clip before it went out. So.
Okay, it's on your TikTok. This is your official TikTok page, right? Official. It says official.
No, actually, it's not. So I don't even have the login to that account. I have a team of people that post content for me to try to get more awareness for like me.
Okay.
And
your team is posting on this.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that's your people. All right. So the stupid thing, we're not standing by that, which is, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't think I'm stupid. I don't think I'm the sharpest guy in the world, but I wouldn't say I'm stupid.
No, you're not Ethan, you're not a stupid person. I mean, everybody does stupid things. Everybody has stupid moments. People make mistakes.
Yep.
I wouldn't say you're stupid, but yeah, what you did when you criticized me, you and your wife were saying some things that were just you guys were just jumping to a bunch of conclusions with no evidence at all. And a lot of them are wrong. You guys have this perception of me based on like several pieces of information, tiny pieces of information as to who I am.
I do want to get into that stuff.
I'm here to show you that.
Yeah, good. Great. I want to get into all that. So let's go. Let's just want to once we get through this, then we can go talk about whatever we've said. Here it is.
People are really stupid. Ethan Klein is the worst person on the planet.
We all know. Okay, so you say Ethan Klein's the worst person on the planet.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you think I'm the worst person on the planet?
I'm quoting you. actually.
I said you're the
You
worst.
said that.
I said you're the worst.
No, you've said.
No, you said.
You said that I'm the worst. No,
you said. I don't know. I'm just watching your video, bro.
All right, listen. I'll send I'll email or I'll DM you a link of the video where you say I'm the worst person on the planet. You say it. I'm quoting you.
Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Do you remember?
I don't remember it, to be frank. But we can look it up. We can look it up.
And to be completely honest, and I'm sure you're aware of this. You don't have like exactly the best reputation in the YouTube space. Like,
great.
Your content a lot of the time is pretty hateful and pretty negative.
Right.
And I know you guys have beef with a lot of people. You don't like a lot of people, and I know you don't have the best reputation.
So when you say I don't have the best reputation, do you just mean that I cause a lot of beef? Is that what you mean, that by reputation?
Well, no, because your content, just since the beginning, your content has always been about like criticizing, making fun of, talking shit, disagreeing with people that have different beliefs than you, making fun of them, calling them names, etc. So you have a very negative audience, like a very negative type of content that you put out there. And I know you've had some beef with some people. I was doing some research on you, and you had beef with Keemstar, and obviously you don't like Andrew Tate. And I don't know. There's probably more people that I'm.
Do you like those two guys?
I don't know anything about Keemstar. I've met Andrew before in London. When I met him, he was very nice to me.
Yeah,
and
he was
that's
very
what I know
nice
about Andrew.
Okay, so do you think it's possible that when I'm criticizing people, it's from a place of like I think maybe the people that I'm criticizing are doing harm on other people?
Yeah, I mean, sure, you can. That's fine. Like if you think somebody is hurting someone else and you want to call that out, you can. But your style, and you can't even argue.
Jimmy's passing me a note. One second. Jimmy passed me a note. He thinks you're too young to understand.
He's a kid.
I would completely disagree.
He says you're a kid.
Has anything to do with it?
Yeah.
No. Just because I'm young doesn't mean I don't have a lot of wisdom, Jimmy. I don't know how old you are, but I've been through a lot in my life. I've had a lot of experiences that people.
How old are you?
It doesn't matter. That's my entire point, is that it does not matter. And I'll tell you, I'm 24 years old, but I've done a lot of things and I've been in a lot of positions that most people haven't, and that gives me experience and wisdom.
I don't want to fight.
But okay, I'm sorry. Listen, I just want to let's go through this video. So you said
is the worst person on the planet.
It's just weird if it's like a joke and you're trying to reference stuff. It's edited like you're just saying these things. You say he's dumb and he's the worst person in the world. So are you not you're not backing that up. You're saying we don't.
No, Ethan, first of all, I'm quoting you.
Okay.
Second of all,
so do you believe I'm the worst person in the world?
Hold on.
In this video, you say Ethan's the worst person in the world. There's no context about you making a joke.
Can I answer?
I just want to stay on the point. Yeah, of course, please.
Okay. In that video, I'm obviously being sarcastic. Okay? You're not the worst person on the planet. All right? Can you understand that? You're smart, right? I'm obviously being sarcastic. Just how I was being sarcastic when I said everyone in their 20s should have a Lambo. There's sarcasm. And it's actually a specific style of sarcasm called deadpanning.
Okay,
where it's designed to look like I'm almost being realistic.
You're doing deadpan humor.
That's not deadpan.
Sure, yeah. So obviously you're not the worst person on the planet. Are you the best person? No. Are you a person that's good? Are you a net positive? Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not, based on the content that you put out there.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I like that. That's a good starting point. We'll come back to that. I'll keep going.
We all know this.
He's the worst person on the planet.
He wishes he was us.
He
does.
So this is awesome. Like, obviously it's not you saying it, but you didn't challenge him. Do you think that I wish I was you or your buddy here? You can be honest.
No, I don't think so. I think that you probably are okay with who you are.
Because you're okay. So your buddy says, "I wish I was him." Do you think he really means that? Because you do a podcast with him.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, he's actually my business partner. But yeah, I talked to him.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you wish you were us?
Absolutely, man. You guys got it all. I mean, everything that I don't have, right? Like everything I don't have.
So you do?
Yeah. So, for example, what is it that you guys have that you think I would wish to have?
Well, I don't believe this, but if you want to talk about this, we can talk about it. Is that what you want to do?
I'm curious, yeah, since you seem to be open to entertaining the idea. So I'm curious, what are the enviable traits of your life?
Do you want to talk about this, or can we get through the video? I mean, I could tell you this, but I feel like we're just we're ranting, like we're just going off.
Okay, let's watch the video. Yeah, let's do that.
I would love to speak to him. I'd love to talk to him and go on his podcast. I would try to change his life, but I think I'd have a hard time. That'd be the final boss. It's the toughest battle. Some people are really
okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm actually really excited to talk to you. Yeah, I'm really, really excited. I'm all smiley.
Go ahead, man. This is your opportunity to change my life. And I'm in desperate need of it, too.
Man. That's the goal, man. So can I ask you this then? So now that we're done with the video, why you've defended obesity and you've bragged about being out of shape and being overweight. Why do you do that? Why don't you think that it's appropriate to take care of yourself and have a healthy body?
Thank you for asking that, because I think it's interesting. You started this conversation by accusing me and my wife of taking things out of context and how bad and how stupid that makes you look. It's funny that you say that, because it's pretty obvious if you go back to anything I said about it, is that I 100% respect people that exercise. I obviously am a rational person. I understand that exercise is important. It's healthy. And I don't think that obesity is anything to be brag about. In fact, I'm always trying to lose weight. People know it's a big part of my personality is that I recently gained weight from taking antidepressants, and I'm trying to work it off and stuff. So, and also, I will say, as a comedian, I felt that, to me, it was pretty obviously a joke. Once again, I don't know if I would call it deadpan. I'll have to look up the exact genre of comedy. Maybe you guys could think about that, maybe to help you consume it. But the joke I was making is that if I spend X amount of time on the treadmill, right, will it make me live X amount of time more? And in the segment, we crunched the numbers, and we figured out that working out does pay off. And in fact, there's people laughing in the clip behind that. So you started off by saying that people don't get the proper context. So now now that you've heard the full context, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, yeah, I mean, thank you for explaining it to me. That's a much better response. That's a much better stance on it. I would
that was always my
agree
stance.
with you.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Well, thank you for explaining it to me. Yeah, it's good. I would say you should try very hard to exercise and have a great body. It makes you feel good. If you feel good, you're going to think good. You're going to perform better. You're going to be happier about yourself. You're going to be proud of yourself. It's good for your mental health. It increases your lifespan.
I know that. No, I agree.
So
yeah,
that's great. I mean, that's great. Are you still on antidepressants?
Yes, I am.
So you're currently, would you describe yourself as a depressed person? Are you currently depressed?
No, I'm not currently depressed.
Can I eat?
So why are you taking?
Well,
antidepressants.
Yeah, because I was depressed. I was having a hard time a few years ago, and I decided to try Lexapro, and it's really helped me a lot. It's actually I recommend people that are feeling depressed that they should actually I think people should try it. In fact, I recommend it.
So I would disagree. I would say that there's a lot of things you could try before taking medication, synthetic medication, to cure this, because depression can come from a lot of things. And if you sit down and think about it, it's probably going to be different for every single person. But I was depressed at one point. My mom was depressed. We were depressed for different reasons. My mom took antidepressants. I didn't. I was depressed because I didn't like the way that I looked when I was a kid. And instead of taking medication, I just tried really hard to get really healthy.
So when you say that you have the wisdom,
well, hold on.
Hold on. This is important. You acknowledge that you've been depressed, but you also talk about you have the wisdom of a 24-year-old. Do you think that there's other reasons that people could be depressed other than kind of adolescence anxiety about the way that they look, which is pretty common? Let's be real. I think everybody's insecure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's several reasons why people could be depressed, and I'm not going to try to name them off to you, but I think that there's plenty of reasons people could be depressed. But either way, depression will come from not in a situation that you like. You're not where you like to be, whether that's done to you outside of you or whether you've done it to yourself. It's just you're not happy with your situation or where you're at in life. And a lot of the times you can personally make a change, or you can react differently to make that situation better. And doing that, like actually reacting, like for me to go to the gym and come up with a diet plan and learn and work on getting a six pack is a lot harder than popping a pill every morning.
Popping pills is the easy way out.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you know what's
you understand
interesting?
that. So it's like everyone's going to always opt for, well, not everyone, but most of the time you're going to opt for the easiest route. But I don't believe that the easiest route is the good route. I think the harder route is the good route.
I actually think your opinion is super toxic, and it's actually super basic. And you talk about wisdom.
Toxic.
And I think no, and I'll explain to you why. Well, you're making a lot of assumptions about me again. I've been to a lot of therapy, and I've tried lots of things to improve my situation. The pills was the last ditch effort to do something to help my situation. In fact, if you'll know, I had the pills next to my bed for months because I was so apprehensive to take it because of all the opinions of people like you because I felt that too, like that people say it's the easy way out. People who kind of are in the Sigma grind set like you. It was actually the hardest decision I had to make in my mental health recovery was the decision to take the pill, right? And I think for a lot of people, that's the reality of taking antidepressants. It's not the easy way out. It's actually the hardest decision to make.
My mom went through it, and what you said's right. What you just said's right. She went through this for years.
Right.
She was bipolar. So you said the truth. You spoke from your heart.
Thank you, Jimmy. I did speak from my
You're
heart.
making me almost cry.
How
I never heard
how
you
is
talk
my
like
opinion
that.
toxic?
That's crazy.
Well, it's toxic because I've heard this opinion a lot of your peers and people who share that opinion with you. And I think it's toxic because it's discouraging men specifically from seeking out valid and very helpful treatments for their problems. You think that going to the gym is going to resolve all your issues. And I think that's actually...
No,
you talk
I didn't
about,
say that.
Well,
no, I didn't say that.
You say...
I said, look, if you don't like the way you look, get in the gym. Don't take an antidepressant pill. That is not a toxic
I could have told you that.
And that is the correct thing. That is the correct thing to do.
Yeah, but that's not that interesting of a statement, is it? Because that's pretty
It doesn't
obvious.
have to be interesting. Yeah, oftentimes the correct thing is boring, and it's yeah, sure, it could be basic and boring.
I also don't think that's
correct.
clinical depression. You have 24 years of wisdom, so I don't want to patronize you, but if you're able to go to the gym and go through the depression and kind of shake off the depression, I don't think that is clinical depression.
That's not depression.
Yeah, that's
the appearance.
Yeah, I mean, who are you to say why I felt depressed? I had a very depressive feeling.
Right. Well, there is a clinical
part about myself.
Yeah, there is a clinical.
So I mean, you. It's an opinion.
Right.
It's
no,
not,
it's not.
You guys can't. You're not. You have no authority to say what's okay to cause my depression or what isn't. I mean, I don't know why you're depressed, but I'm not going to sit here and say, well, that's not a fair reason to be depressed. Why are you depressed? Why were you depressed?
No. I'm not saying it's not a fair reason. I'm saying that there is a clinical definition of what clinical depression is, right? And chances are, if you're young and you go to the gym and shake it off, you probably don't have clinical depression. And can I ask you, were you ever diagnosed with depression?
Yeah, I think I went to when I went and got therapy for a period of time, and I went to a psychiatrist as well, and they said I just have some similar symptoms, like I'm over there, but
you're over there.
I didn't take any medication,
right.
any medication for it. I worked my way out of it, and this is also so you understand.
Can I say something? You say you worked your way out of it. It implies that people who have clinical depression are not doing everything that they can to get rid of it before they take the medicine. There's this implicit thing that you and your peers say is that people who have depression are weak, and that if they taking the medicine, that's a sign of weakness. Right?
No, not at all.
Medicine is a cop out. It's the easy way out.
No, not at all. I'm not saying people that have depression are weak. I would argue that most people feel depressed at some point in their life. That's what I would feel.
Well,
most people I know.
That's not an
most of my
argument.
friends-
That's a known fact. People go through depressive periods. It's absolutely normal.
So everyone has been there, and it's not weak for you to be depressed. Everyone has been depressed.
No, that's not
maybe
what I'm
in
saying.
that moment. Maybe in that moment you're being a little bit weak in that moment.
Taking
Maybe
the
not. I don't
medicine
know,
is the weakness that you're implying.
I'm saying that there's a lot that should be done before you take medicine. And I'm also saying that even though you're not, I'm saying that is going to be hard. Like whatever that you have to do before you take medicine, whether it be go to the gym or work and mend a relationship, it's going to be extremely difficult. And people are going to give up far too soon before it fixes itself and they can pull themselves out of that feeling, out of that state. Okay. So taking a pill, yes, you said you could think about taking it for months and it can be on your mind. But for you to go into the gym or for you to fix something in your life, that could take way longer than months, and it could be way harder than thinking about taking a pill.
Do you think?
And people oftentimes give up.
You and your contemporaries talk often about going to the gym. It's very important to you guys, and it seems almost like. And I Bradley Martin's a friend of mine, and I don't mean to.
By the way, my kids are in the gym all the time, so
it's good.
Kids his age, they're all. Kudos to him. My sons want to be built. They lift weights. They want to look good for the girls. That makes them feel good.
The gym is
it's a good thing.
But I'm
my
saying
kids do it.
There's this weird emphasis that like the gym can fix all your problems, and I find that odd.
No, not at all. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying this will fix one of the problems. And absolutely, all men should go to the gym. Men should be proud of what they look like. Men should be strong. That's their job. You have to protect your girlfriend, your wife. You have to protect your kids. So it's your job as a man to be physically strong, to protect those people that rely on you.
Okay.
For sure.
So your job as a man is to be strong, to protect them from physical violence if you need to.
One of the many jobs. Yeah. Yes. One of the many jobs you have. One of the many responsibilities of being a man.
Right. And in the modern world, I understand that because, as we all know, there's constantly bandits and vigilantes and barbarians coming at us with spiked maces and shit.
Ethan, if somebody were to break into your house and you are not protected from it, and let's say you fight up against this dude, and this dude he's stronger than you and he has more training of combat experience than you, he's going to kill you. He's going to win.
Yeah,
he's going to do whatever he wants to do to your wife and your kids and break your house. And that's just it's a hypothetical situation.
I have a gun because only a fool would try to engage them in combat.
And you really have a gun, Heath?
Yeah, I have a shotgun for home defense. It'd be foolish.
What if you can't load your gun in time? What if you can't get to your gun in time? What if he has a gun?
Well, I would assume he would have a gun.
Hypotheticals.
Yeah, if someone broke into my house, I would assume they had a weapon.
Right, you're just not as prepared to deal with any situation possible, and that's just something that I don't feel good about. Like I would rather be more prepared and better safe than sorry.
So
for sure, and that competence also would make me feel more confident. I wouldn't like have more anxiety. I wouldn't have more worry in my bed at night if somebody were to break in, or if I heard a sound outside.
Let me ask you
I would feel better about myself.
Can a six-pack stop bullets?
I mean, if you work it out hard enough, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
Six-pack stop bullets.
Right. Because it just seems like, I mean, being strong looks cool, and some women like it.
Yeah, well, I don't just work out either, Ethan. I also do, like, I train Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. I do combat sports.
Hell yeah,
I go to the gym. I do cardio. I do all sorts of stuff. I do a lot of. I go rock climbing. I play tennis.
Yeah, that sounds super fun and cool.
I can be.
That sounds super fun and cool.
It is. It's better than making fun of people on the internet all day.
Ooh, that was below the belt. That was below the belt. That last comment, below the belt.
No, it's okay. We're here to talk everything out. Well, you're talking about my professional
Ethan, you should come with me. You should come with me, Ethan. We can go together.
He can show you,
it's really fun.
The world. You need to learn.
We could fight.
24 years.
It would inspire you. You'd be like, this is fun. Let's do it more.
So let me ask you this.
Some dudes,
some men are smaller in stature. Are they just doomed to be a pathetic partner because they can't protect their family? What's your thoughts on small-statured, small muscled people who have, you know what I mean?
The little guy.
Little guy.
No. Yeah. My business partner is average or a little bit below average height, and I have some friends
what a loser.
as well. And they should do hold on. And they should do just that. They should also prepare and train themselves. When I was in jiu-jitsu, there was plenty of people that were smaller than me when I started out that had more experience than me that would kill me.
I want to ask you a very specific question though. Protecting the family is part of a man's job. So if you take a really short guy, like 5 foot, he's going to be better at that job, or you're going to be way better at that job than him. just on paper, right? You are better. If when it comes to protecting the family, you got that on the little guy. You can speak
I don't
the
think
truth.
I understand what your point is.
No, the
I don't
point
understand what
is
the
that
point
you,
is.
as a man, have a job to protect the family. Some people are better at protecting the family because they're stronger and bigger, and some people are worse at protecting the family because they're littler or fatter or less muscular. So if a woman
not
had to,
necessarily.
no, hold on. Let me.
Well,
I
hold
want.
on, let me answer.
I want to get the logic out of you. If
Okay.
if
I want to answer.
yeah, okay, go ahead. So, are you better at protecting your family than a 5-foot dude?
No, I think, like I just said, it depends on your level of competence. It depends on how well trained you are.
So you think a 5-foot dude's gonna Muay Thai a fucking
Hold on. Okay, look, if you interrupt me all the time, you're never gonna understand what I'm trying to say. You're asking me a question, I'm trying to explain it to you.
I gotta sift
finish.
no, you're right. They're gonna sift for gold, dude. Go ahead.
It depends on your level of training. If there is a 5-foot guy that came into my house and he is the most badass military dude that's been training for years, he will probably win, right? I don't have as much
You think
training.
there's a 5-foot guy who's a fucking Navy SEAL?
Probably, absolutely. Yeah. I think it depends on your level of competence. And like I just said, when I was doing jujitsu, there are people that were smaller than me that would win against me on a ground fight because they're way more trained in jujitsu. And same goes for Muay Thai. There could be a guy that's a little bit shorter than me or has like a smaller reach than me, and he could beat me in Muay Thai if he's been training his entire life because he has a better strategy than I do. Now, if you were to take somebody that's smaller and me, and we have the same exact level of training, then odds are I would probably win because I'm just bigger and I have more strength. Yes, right. Obviously, that's not a surprise. But I'm not saying that if you're little, you have no chance at all. If you're little, you just have, I would say, you have extra work to do. You have more work to do.
Yeah.
Why? How tall are you, Ethan? I mean, you're pretty tall, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I'm like 5'11", but it doesn't matter really because I have a gun.
You have a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a gun, so you're fine.
Yeah, right, exactly. But exercising's cool. Hey, so let's move on to something else. This tweet we talked about on the show, you said, you should be able to see it on your computer. Men literally want one thing, large mountain-style home in the forest by a lake, pleasant wife with no attitude, 3 to 5 kids.
You guys didn't like that one.
Well, specifically, what is a pleasant wife with no attitude?
Can you give me another record? Thank you.
What's a pleasant?
Right. You guys, for 5 minutes, you were like, thank you. He literally said, men want one thing, and he listed off 5 things. And in that moment, I realized that, like, anytime you were looking into me, anytime that you got into something that was actually interesting, you're like, okay, parents grew up poor, came from a communist country, mom grew up uneducated. Somehow this kid's a millionaire. Boring. Okay,
what do I need to? I'm not here to fucking suck your dick. I don't care.
In sales for his clients. He made a bunch of money on the internet. Boring. And then I go to this, and you guys talk about this for 5 minutes.
I'm here to talk about interesting stuff. I'm not here to have.
You're here to talk shit. You're here to talk shit.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I'm here. I want to. I think what's important, what's interesting is that we talk about the places where we conflict. I think it's great that you're an immigrant and you came to America and succeeded. It's like, okay, great. What do you want me to do? Suck your dick?
Ethan, no. Is it not more interesting that my parents came here to escape communism? They could barely speak the language, and I lifted my family out of poverty and turned us into multimillionaires. Is that not more interesting than me saying men want one thing? And
yes, but it's uncontroversial. Why would I want to discuss that? Tell me, what is a pleasant wife with no attitude?
Sebastian, can I ask
you know what an interesting conversation is? Do you think an interesting conversation entails someone just sucking your dick and doing a puff piece? I think that is what you think it is based on your podcast.
No, not at all. Not at all. I've done interesting stuff, and we could have interesting conversations.
Tell me, you wrote it. What is a pleasant wife with no attitude?
I'm just saying, Ethan, that there is a lot of interesting conversations that don't have to be controversial. But you don't know that because your entire brand is based on controversy.
No. I'm having an interesting conversation.
What's his job?
Based on our differences of opinion.
Right? What's his job?
So do you have a difference in opinion? You don't want a pleasant wife?
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want a wife with attitude? Ethan?
What does attitude mean?
A wife that nags, a wife that talks back to you, a wife that remarks at you and says sly comments. Do you want that in your house?
Right. Well, do you think that when a woman quote unquote nags, that's just like an inherent quality of women? Because you act like it's kind of
No.
right. Because you act like there would never be a reason for a woman to bother you about anything. Like your significant other would never have a legitimate reason to, quote, nag you.
I would never want my wife to call me weird names or like
Weird names?
make remarks towards me. Yeah, like I would never want her to say that I'm stupid or I don't look good or just
Oh, of
have an
course. Well,
attitude
that's
with
just
me.
mean.
If I ask her to do something,
That's not
I
nagging.
I wouldn't want her to have an attitude with me and I would want her to act and speak to me as if we're on the same team, the same way that I would do that for her.
Yeah,
We're-
but that's
we're an
just
equal
that's
team.
obvious. You're saying I don't want her to call me ugly. I mean, that's just mean. That's just like a toxic relationship. That's nothing to do with pleasant wife with no attitude. Sometimes an attitude is warranted, right? Like you got a little attitude with me today. And that's cool, right? Because that's warranted because it's a little bit contentious, our conversation. So sometimes an attitude is justified, right?
I don't know. It depends on the scenario. I don't know.
Okay. So it depends on the scenario. So is there ever a scenario that you would have with your significant other that would warrant her to have an attitude with you?
I mean, yeah, I imagine if I like did something really stupid, like if I don't know, I would never do this because I'm not a cheater, but I could imagine if I cheated, she'd have an attitude, which is
I think that's
definitely warranted.
putting it mildly. Yeah, have an
But
attitude.
I would never do that because that is not the person that I am. But yeah, I just want a pleasant wife with no attitude. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I would say that most women would want a pleasant husband that has ambition and has goals, and I think that's fine.
Well, yeah, and I want that in my woman too. I want a smart woman who has
Sure.
ambitions and goals too. But we're all
So
different,
you
right?
agree with me? You agree with me on one thing.
Well, no, I think that people want partners that they respect.
So you agree with me, but you just don't like my verbiage.
No, I think your verbiage of no attitude implies that women are docile creatures there to be subservient and just obey and to they're just there to make your home, right?
Well, that's just an assumption.
But it's in the language.
I mean, I love women. Women are the
I
the
didn't
most
say you don't
beautiful
love
things on
women,
this
bro.
planet. I know.
But they
I'm
have a
telling you, I
role
love
to
who I
play.
am.
They have a role, right?
No, they're the most. Yeah, well, women and men have a role to play, of course.
Right, but they have a specific
And it's not-
role. What is the woman's role?
It's not subservient. They don't have to be subservient to the man, but they complement the man, and a man complements a woman. They make a great team together.
Okay, you're not saying anything. What is the woman's role?
What do you mean? The woman's role in a
Yeah.
household?
Yeah.
Can you
In
be
a
more
relationship, in a household, yeah.
Oh, let's see.
I find it interesting that you're being so thoughtful about it now because I've seen millions of videos of you spitting this shit off. Like, this is what a woman needs to do. They need to be at home. They need to support the man.
I'm always thoughtful. No. I'm always thoughtful. And those videos
But it
that
seems
you
like
see, I'm
something you
probably
would
doing
know.
the same thing.
Okay, go ahead. What's
Those
the
videos
woman's
are
role?
highly edited. Those videos are highly edited.
But you're
and
putting them
quick
on your
like this.
TikTok, bro. It's your fucking
I'm not
voice. It's
putting
your
them.
it's your team. You pay people to put it on the internet to make you look cool to other dudes. That's why it's there.
Let me answer your question.
Please.
And let me just think about it so I give you a good answer.
You said
okay?
women prefer to submit. Why is that funny?
Yeah, I think that's true.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
I think a girl's job is to display a lot of love and a lot of. Hold on, let me get in focus.
Yes, focus.
I think a girl's job is to be the affectionate one, to be extremely affectionate, and to be very loving.
You sound
and very
insecure.
patient and very understanding for their children and their husbands, and to make the children feel loved and heard. I think that's a woman's job. I think it's her job to. Women have this kind of love for their children that nobody else in the world will understand.
I love my
Men
kids.
will never understand.
No,
it.
I love. See, that's a little crazy
Yes.
to me.
I'm sure you do, but I think that
You think my
men and women
wife
love their
loves my
in
kids
different
more
ways.
than me, or differently?
No,
than
I
me?
never said that. No, I said that they're different. I think a father and a mother will love their children differently, not more than the other, but just in different ways.
I disagree.
A father
with that.
loves.
That's crazy.
Okay, that's fine. And a father is going to want to protect his kids, and he's going to want to provide an environment where his family can feel safe. And he's also
so you're
going to
saying
want to pass
being
down
muscular,
lessons
like that's not
and
really an
pass down-
active role in their
pass
life.
down lessons,
Pass down lessons.
wisdom,
Okay.
wisdom to his children.
Was this the fucking
And
like
the
medieval
mother
times?
is no. This is just nature.
We're
This is just what
we're
how it's
passing
always
down
been.
wisdom. Like, of what are we doing? Sitting around a campfire singing songs and shit. I feel like
All
you're
right, Ethan. You're
All right,
you're
Ethan.
almost 40 years old.
I'm
You're almost 40
37.
years old.
Yeah.
These things that you're saying, like you're just snapping back at me. Nothing you're saying, it's not like you're not disproving me in any way. You're just saying whatever comes to your mind. You're being very
your
emotional.
opinions.
You're being very but we're not even having a conversation. I'm just talking and you're just like spitballing off everything that I say.
Well,
like trying to correct me like a little kid. It's just very childish.
Well, you're going off into places I know I'm not gonna there are not a good topic, because you're gonna go on and explain things that are pretty obvious and uncontroversial. Like you go, I just want women to be like nice to me. I mean, you said women prefer.
That's literally what I said.
Yeah.
I want women to be pleasant.
Women prefer.
And I want women to. You took that however you took it. I said I want women to be pleasant with no attitude. That means if I don't want you to do something because it makes me feel whatever uncomfortable, then please don't like make it a huge deal. I think
you're okay. What? So you think women prefer to submit? This is something you've said.
Okay, so we're gonna ignore everything.
Well, what do you want? Do you want to go have a specific conversation?
I want you to stop acting. I want you to stop acting like a child. I want you to let me speak, and then we can discuss.
Women prefer to submit. Is that correct?
I think women are happier when they feel like their husbands can properly lead them, or their mans. I think women are happier when they know that the person that they're with is going to make the right decision and they don't have to worry about it. And I would say that's a form of submission in a way, yes.
What is your data on that?
I would agree. Just what I've seen in myself.
In your long
in my
24
life.
years.
Yes.
How many long-term relationships have you been in?
I've been in a few long-term relationships.
A few?
But I'm not going to tell you the number.
Because you've only been legally allowed to even have sex for 6 years, so.
Well, in my culture, we don't necessarily have sex. I don't know. I'm Christian and Romanian, so like we don't just date and then hook up on the first night. That's not how it works.
Okay. So in your experience, women like to be.
Most women would agree with that. Women would agree with that.
Do you talk to a lot of women?
When I'm single, yes, but most women would agree with that. And they do. They want a man that's like, hey, if my guy's if he always makes the right decision, I'd prefer to just let him do his thing.
Well, I don't want to seem presumptuous, but
I'm sure your wife is like that too, Ethan. I'm sure. I don't know. What's your wife's name? Could you tell me?
Hila.
Hila?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure she's like that too, and that's a form of submission.
I don't want to be presumptuous, but there are women here. Do you guys want to talk about? Are you happier submitting?
I also like it when my partner is nice. I also like it when my partner doesn't say I'm ugly. I also like it when my partner is nice to kids and animals. I like that. I like a partner who likes my strength. I think.
What's your name?
I'm Olivia.
Can you tell me your name? So, Olivia, my question was, do you like it when your man, say you have, I don't know if you have a boyfriend or husband or whatever, but theoretically, when your man, if he were to always make the right decision and you felt inside of you that you could trust him and you didn't have to worry, would you prefer that to the alternative, which is, I don't think that my man is making the right decision right now and I'm going to have to figure this out on his behalf? Which would you prefer? And you can be honest.
I would prefer that both of us know how to do it together.
That's what I do.
I would rather have a say than not have a say.
But you're implying it's a masculine trait to be dependable, and it's not a female trait to be dependable. You see what? Like, you're not explicitly saying that, but you're asking. You're like, women want a man that could depend on. It's not as important for men though, because it's not really a feminine trait for a woman to be dependable.
No, women have to be dependable, but I
Okay,
think
so what's the
it's probably
difference?
they're just dependable. They're just dependable in
That's
different
also
ways.
European.
I would
Also
imagine.
European. That's how they
I,
think.
for one, don't think that the whole submitting thing is right.
It's not American.
I prefer
'cause
partnership.
It's like European, Asian. It's more his.
That's Lena, by the way. She's a woman.
Okay, so you guys, you ladies prefer partnership. That's fine. Then just imagine a scenario where you're with a husband, and for every single decision that he has to make, he's going to come and consult you for every single thing. He's like, "Hey, babe, what do you think about this?" Like he
Well,
has
it
no
depends-
sense of leadership or direction.
If it concerns both of
You
us
really
or
want
not.
that.
If it's something that's just in his life,
Important
he can
stuff.
handle himself. But
Important
if
stuff.
it concerns me, I'd like to know about it. I'd like to get my
Yeah.
input on it.
I think it's actually fascinating that you bring that up. Like, why would you want your man to consult you? Because he thinks you're an equal and values your opinion on things. I mean, are you saying, oh, I don't want to ask my wife what gum I should chew right now? Or like, what are you talking about? Because it's obvious that in big life decisions, you should consult your partner.
Look, my girlfriend, she trusts me. If I
Mine
say
too.
it's a better decision for us to financially do this or to wait until we do this,
Right.
I will tell her, I'll explain it to her, and she'll give me suggestions. Sometimes she'll trust me sometimes and not give me suggestions. I'll be open with her. And if she does give me a suggestion, I'm not just going to toss it in the trash. No, I'm going to listen to her and honor her. I don't think that we are really disagreeing on much here. I think that we're literally just splitting hairs.
Right, but okay, so then what's interesting is that you are appealing to this red-pilled community. This is, if you go to your TikTok, if you go to your YouTube, this is your identity. You're getting these men and you're telling them that this is the alpha way of life. And when you say that we're not that different, I do agree, and we kind of both understand, which is the obvious what makes a good relationship and stuff, but the way you paint it online is you say women are submissive. And then what you just said is like, when you have to make a financial decision, it's your decision, right? But you'll ask, but you'll take, but she's in no position to make that decision, right? That's ultimately your decision. That's you.
I don't think that we're that similar. I think that we're just agreeing about this specific thing. Just to correct you there. And then I don't know what you asked me. Well,
you're presenting your opinion in a way that I think is harmful to men specifically, actually, because women know better, right? And I think some women have a traditional.
Well, Ethan.
Yeah.
Ethan, let me just say something. Most of your content, most of your audience used to be men, and now it's not. Now a majority of your audience is women, and my audience looks up to me. They're inspired by me, and I've had conversations with plenty of men, older, younger, same age, that have said that I've changed their life for the better. They feel happier. They feel better about themselves, and they're in a much better position in life right now because I've inspired them. Most of my audience is males. So I don't think you can say that I'm not a good role model for men when your audience used to literally be mostly men.
Okay.
And over time, men have stopped watching you because they don't look up to you in any way. You're not a role model to these men. They don't want to consume your content. Your content is very hateful. It's uninspiring.
Okay.
My content is very inspiring. So hold on. I'm almost done. And you can respond.
Go ahead.
I've been in, to give you an example, I've been in a car with someone before that he stopped me, and he works for me now, but he said, Sebastian, my father was never around. I don't have any older brothers. I don't have anyone to look up to. You're literally the only person I've ever looked up to. And you have made me such a better person. I've gotten in the gym. I've taken care of myself. I've started a business, and now I'm making good money. And this kid who was 18 was crying in front of me when I met him for the first time.
How many
because
people?
I was that much of a role model.
I've had people cry when they meet me. Probably more than you.
Yeah, but probably not because you inspired them. Probably just because you're famous. And
you think people just cry
Ethan,
because I'm famous?
I'm just saying.
People
Ethan,
shed tears for me, bro. They're a mess.
I don't think that you would even disagree with me when I say that I'm a much better role model at 24 for men than you are at 37.
Okay, good. I'll come back. By the way, my audience is like 50-50 male and female. But you're right. It used to be majority men. But let me go back to what you said. You said because because a lot of men look up to you, you're more qualified to talk about what's good for men.
I didn't say that.
Oh, so what was your point?
I didn't say that. I said I said I'm a better role model for men, and I don't think you're a role model for men at all.
Right. Because I have a more women audience. Is that,
no,
but that's
because
what you
men don't
said.
look up because you used to. You used to have a more male audience, and now you don't.
I
and that's because
alienated.
men have no reason to look up to you.
Right. Well, a lot of people looked up to Hitler. Does that mean he was right?
No, of course not. But I'm not Hitler.
No,
I'm not,
no.
I'm
Of
not
course,
crazy.
it's an extreme example. But just because you have people
Yeah.
that look up to you doesn't make you right.
I mean, yeah, that was just a very poor example. That doesn't really that doesn't prove you right or anything.
So what? Okay, so this is good. What do you think makes you a better role model than me?
I encourage men to exercise, and I lead by example. Okay.
Exercise.
That's one thing.
What if I told you exercise is not
The second
most important?
The second thing is I encourage men to become financially independent, and there's plenty of ways you can do that leveraging the internet. Okay. You've seen it because you've done it yourself. So you know that I'm right. And there's plenty of ways to do it as well. And I encourage men to do that instead of the alternative, which is going and getting a job that they might regret later in life. And they do that. Okay. I also encourage men to not be a degenerate, not sleep around with a bunch of girls, and to get one girl, to be loyal to that girl, and to build a family with her. That's what I encourage men to do. Okay, so those three things are very, very important for me, among others as well. But those are, I would say, like the most important ones.
Okay, and that makes you a better role model than me. How?
Because you don't do that. You don't promote exercise. You spread a bunch of hate. You don't love anyone. Your whole entire worldview is negative. You're like you don't spread love. Like,
wait, what do you mean? I don't love anyone.
I meant to say that you don't spread love.
Only
like your
I'm going
entire
to
worldview
pinks.
is extremely negative.
Okay. Do you think that?
Do you disagree? Like, do you?
No,
do
I
you
do.
really
I
think-
do.
like,
I do.
I'm
I think you can observe that I criticize a lot of people, right? But the people I criticize, I think, are very worthy of being criticized. For example, Andrew Tate, I think, is just doing untold damage to a whole generation of men. But do you think that there's other ways to inspire people other than going to the gym and doing drop shipping and shit like that?
How do you think that you inspire people, Ethan? Do you believe you inspire people?
I wouldn't presume to do that much, you know what I mean? But I do think probably there's people. I wouldn't presume to even make that assumption, though. You know.
Ethan, the thing is you.
It's a little bit of
criticize
hubris,
everyone.
isn't it? It's a little bit of hubris to look at yourself as a savior like that.
No, I don't. You criticize everyone.
It's not
Like,
really
you
my
criticize
goal either.
everyone
I'm an
except-
entertainer. You know.
Except yourself.
I'm not a
Except
self-help guy.
yourself.
Right, you're not a self-help guy.
I mean, I'm an entertainer. I'm not a self-help guru.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, not. Okay. Anyway.
Let me show you this, dude.
What I'm trying to say.
This is going to blow your fucking
Hold on.
mind. Ethan inspired me to lose weight. I'm under 200 pounds. Please, someone mayo up their dome. Look at, I inspired this man right here.
There it is.
That's a picture.
good.
That
There it
man, he would cry if he ever met me, boy. I'll tell
he
you what,
is.
tears, kisses, and hugs, man. And I'll be like, I
That's
love
good.
you, dude.
There's an inspiration right there.
That's
Ray.
very inspirational.
Good job. You inspired one person. Good job.
So you think he's the only one out there?
He inspired me.
No, I
He
think
told me I
think-
can't do
think you
jokes
should lead
today.
by- I think you
You're
should
doing
lead by
great, Jimmy.
example.
Thanks, buddy.
Do you think making
you'd be
people
much
laugh
more
is a?
inspiring if you
Do you
had a
think
great
making
body.
people laugh is important?
About comedy. Yeah.
Do you
I
think?
don't think that you make people laugh. I don't think that you're.
Okay, come on.
That's it. That's it.
I mean, come on. Like, you might not think I'm funny, but we get 1 million views per podcast. We're one of the most important. We're one of the most biggest podcasts in the world. Like, you can't say that I don't make people laugh.
Oh God.
Like, even if you don't find me funny, that's kind of a
you're-
crazy thing to say.
Your brand has been on a downtrend for the last 2 years.
Yeah, but
Your brand is dying.
That's
Your brand
not true,
dying.
is it?
Your tweet got less likes. You got like 300
I
likes on
tweeted
your
directly
tweet.
to you, dummy. It wasn't a public
Dude.
tweet. It was literally I
Your brand-
tweeted directly to you. You understand how Twitter works, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
I do.
So then why would that get a
Your
lot
brand-
of likes?
Your brand is dying.
Why would that get a lot of likes?
And it's going to continue dying because of the type of content that you push.
It's not
You
really
can- sure,
dying, though, is it?
There's a lot
How
of
are you
there's-
dying?
yes, it is. People
what
have
way is it
consistently
dying?
Unsubscribed from
I
people
died
have
after
consistently
views.
unsubscribed
How
from
are
your
you
channel.
dying?
And so people unsubscribing, this one metrics proves that my brand is dying.
No, and the overall reputation that you have in the YouTube community. And when I looked up your name to just do research on who you are, because I don't know who you are, there is no shortage of videos talking about how
you don't know who
your
I am.
brand. You used to be so much more popular, and you used to be funny back in the day, but now you're like this
I used to be funny
person that spreads a ton of hate. And
Wait,
yes,
you
I
don't know
think
who
people
I
like
am.
that.
Did you know who I am when you made that TikTok saying I'm the worst person in the world and that I'm dumb?
I know who you are.
Well, hold
yes,
on,
but
because
I
you
don't
looked me
know
up
all of these
after I
people.
reached out, and it was after that video. It seems that you made a lot of presumptions about me.
No. I know. I've known who you are, but I've never like watched or consumed your content.
Okay. You just
So,
know
like, I
that
don't
I'm
know
the
you
worst.
as a person.
You
I don't know you as a person. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm quoting you.
Sebastian,
You said
can
that
I pull
about
up your
yourself.
analytics? Your shit's on the down curve, brother. Your career is going down to the fucking dumps, bro. I mean, that is a
What the fuck?
colossal dump, bro.
That's
Off the cliff.
And I mean, at least mine is like pretty flat. But that is
funny
treacherous, man. You were going down like the Titanic, brother. That is rough.
That's brutal. His hands.
Can you get? Hold on. Yeah. So yeah, my analytics are down because I haven't posted content. I posted a video with my mom that I knew wouldn't do well, and I just posted a video yesterday. So yes, I know my analytics are down. I'm taking a little bit of a break from YouTube because I've been getting a lot of heat on the internet. So I just wanted to take a step back. That's why they're down.
It's tough being out there as a creator, huh? I don't think you're gonna make it. You see, if you have thin skin like that. I mean, that's why it's going down.
I think I'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
I think I'll be fine. Yeah.
Ethan, if I can
be all right.
interject in his behalf, I think he's going to do better than all of us together.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy.
Not you and me, him.
Yeah.
Sebastian.
Yeah, but I
That's just
disagree.
my
I mean,
opinion.
our podcast is continually in the top charts of the most popular podcasts in the world, and our viewership is phenomenal. I don't know if what you know is normal viewerships for a podcast, but regularly getting 1 million views on a podcast, and we post 4 or 5 times a week. That's pretty impressive, don't you think?
That's incredible.
Like, clearly people like the show.
They wouldn't watch it if they didn't.
Sure. Yeah. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Checkmate
Yeah. You got
atheist.
viewers.
Checkmate.
Okay, cool. Listen, let's see. I have other things I want to talk to you about. Here's one about what girls can't wear. So let's see. Let's take a
So
look
if
at
you're
this.
dating a girl, is there things she can and cannot wear? Well, it depends. I mean, fashion is so broad. So I'll have to see. But if she's dressed provocatively and I'm not with her, there's absolutely no reason why she should be dressing that way. Whose attention are you trying to get if I'm not there? If I go out with her, that's another thing. You should only care about my attention. If you're my wife, there should be no other attention from a man that you should care about other than mine. At all. Except for your father and your brother. That's it.
So your stance is you can look pretty when you're with me, but if you're not with me, you need to not look pretty.
No.
Okay.
Wrong. My stance is you shouldn't dress provocatively unless you're with me.
What's provocative?
Like showing a ton of cleavage or wearing as little clothing as possible.
Wearing as little clothing as possible. Okay, so it's cool when they're with you, but if they go out looking like that, it's not okay.
And I mean, no, I would say even when they're with me, I wouldn't want them to do that in public.
Okay. Okay.
What's the problem?
Well, it's a little insecure.
No, it's not.
It is a little bit.
It's a preference.
Well, no,
No,
it's
it's
a
not. It's a
preference.
preference.
Well, in this video, because you're kind of walking it back, so we can move on if you want. But in this video, you say, dress sexy when you're with me, but not when you're not with me.
Yeah, no, I would say
now
I
you're saying
prefer
don't
if she
dress-
never dressed.
Don't dress
I'm not
sexy.
saying dress sexy. Women can dress sexy and not provocatively. You can dress sexy and look tastefully good without showing like your tits and your butt and whatever. But
It's a
yeah,
preference.
I would say I would.
It's a preference
I
based
don't like
on
it.
your.
I don't like it.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. That's
It's not-
fair.
it's not-
No, that's fair. If you have that understanding with your partner, I think that's totally fair. But this
And
preference.
it's not insecurity either. It's not insecurity. It's just I don't
It is,
like that. I don't want.
It is. Like, let's follow the thread.
No, it's not.
Because you're basically.
No, it's not.
You're
Would
a
you
role-
want? Would you want your wife out there?
Okay,
Would
hold
you
on.
want your wife out there dressed like a hoe?
Well, the definition of a hoe, I guess, is. I'm not quite sure what that means. But
You
you're.
just answer my question. Would you want her out there dressing or wearing as minimal clothing as possible out in a club?
Would I want my. Well, hold on. Hold on.
No, answer the question.
Okay, well, let me show you this.
Like, it's a yes or no.
Okay, well, hold
It's
on.
a yes
Then.
or no.
Is my wife dressed like a hoe here? Because I just want to get your. She posted this to social media.
Would you go out to dinner with your wife dressed like that?
Of course, she wouldn't go like that. I mean, why? But do you?
I don't know why she's posting. I mean, that's your and your wife, your relationship.
No, but I wouldn't
be
say what
okay
you
with her
want.
posting
Say
on
what you
Instagram.
want. I'm trying to understand your point. Do you think she's dressed like a hoe right now? And you can say yes. It's fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't want her posting. I wouldn't want my girlfriend posting pictures like that.
Because that's a
Instagram.
preference from insecurity, right? Because
no, it's not.
Because
I don't want that.
Yeah, because it makes you feel insecure.
It doesn't make me feel insecure.
How does it make you feel?
Secure.
How does it make you feel?
I don't like the hold on. How that girl's portraying herself, like how she's basically advertising and like saying like, look how nice my body looks for the entire world to see, for the entire public to see. I don't like that. I want her to just save that for me.
Why don't you like
what
it?
I like.
But
I
why?
just don't want other people seeing it. It's mine.
Are you not?
It's mine.
It's yours. It's yours.
It's my wife. I don't want everyone to see her body. It's my wife. Yes, and I'm hers.
Okay, and so, well, to me, I don't want to control.
Yeah.
I want my wife, Hila, to be as powerful and confident as she wants to be. I'm not threatened by other women looking at her in a way that they think maybe she's attractive or maybe she looks hot or whatever, because I trust her, right? Well, hold on, hold on. I know that there's no one else out there who's going to tempt her away from me, and I want her to feel powerful and confident. Okay.
You're not insecure is what you're saying. That's all.
I don't think I'm insecure, right?
That's what you just said. I'm not insecure.
Yeah.
I'm the same with my wife.
Yeah.
She's with me, and nobody's going to do anything.
Exactly.
I mean, she's not going to do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I just want you to dig a little deeper and explain why you don't like it, because it's yours, because she's yours, and nobody else can see her body. Nobody else can see her body but you.
Yes.
Even if she wants 100%. To show it. Even if she wants to show it because she wants to feel sexy.
She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to.
I know, but you're a role model and you're putting this out on your TikTok. This is what you're putting out. I know you guys have a preference, but I'm talking about your influence on men. So if she wants to go out and dress sexy and look good, you're against that.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm against her dressing provocatively. She can look nice, of course,
because for women, putting on makeup and dressing sexy and going out, it makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel confident. It's not necessarily about wanting to fuck other dudes.
It's what it is what makes them feel powerful about it is when they go out and they dress really nice. What gives them the power is the attention that they get. It doesn't have to be a guy walking up to them. It could be a guy looking at them. Okay. And that's what gives them the power. It's the attention from other men. Okay. And if that weren't true, then they could dress up and look amazing and just, and they could stay in home, or they could look in the mirror and without anyone around.
So they can dress hot, but stay at home.
I don't think that if I have a girlfriend, she should have a desire to go out there and even seek the attention from other men, because the attention she gets from me is enough to fulfill her.
But don't we all crave validation? Like, don't we all crave validation in some way?
You should get enough validation from your wife, and your wife should get enough from you. She should be inspired by you, and maybe if you had a six-pack, she would be more inspired by you, and she wouldn't post thirst traps on Instagram. But you should be inspired by your significant other.
Okay, so me not having a six-pack is promoting my wife to seek male attention because I'm not hot enough, because my attention is not worth it.
Maybe if you took care of yourself, Ethan, and you were in better shape, maybe she wouldn't. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying maybe.
No, it's a good hypothesis. It's a good hypothesis. So if I was hotter,
maybe not.
If I was hotter, she wouldn't feel the need.
Not hotter. If you took care of yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't have to be hotter.
Okay, if I was skinny and I had a six-pack.
If she saw you and you're like, wow, he really cares and respects himself, and I like his attention, and I don't need to go out there and look for attention from guys in the comments or whatever.
See, don't you see you're insecure? Because I know
it's not insecurity.
Yes, it is. You are insecure, dude.
Okay.
You are threatened by the other attention that people give to your significant other. You're threatened.
I'm not threatened by it at all. I know that there's not going to be other guys out there that can compete with me for my girl. My girl loves
I don't even need to compete.
I just don't
I'm not even thinking about competition.
I'm not threatened. I just don't like it. It doesn't threaten me. If she wanted, look, Ethan, if she wanted to post a picture and I said, look, I'm not comfortable, I don't like it, and she did it anyway, that's fine. She can do it anyway. And then I would just be like, hey, this breaks the boundary of the relationship. This breaks the sanctity of the intimate relationship I want to have with my wife.
Right.
I'm going to just split here. I'm going to go find a girl that respects me. It's not about insecurity. It's just, this is my preference. This is how I want to conduct my life. I like to take control of my life and live my life the way I think is best for me.
But you're putting
you don't
out
like to
messages to
you
young men as a role model, self-proclaimed role model.
Yes.
You refer to your girlfriend as she's yours. I mean, she's a human being, right, with her own desires. She's not an object.
Yes, absolutely. She is mine, and I'm hers. We are to die for each other.
Don't you feel a little slutty when you walk around with your big biceps out and shit?
I only put on this shirt so that I could show you guys that I work out.
That's a little fucking slutty, bro. Are you looking for validation from people in chat? Because you're crossing.
I'm just trying to show you guys. I'm just trying to flex on you guys.
But why?
I'm trying to show you guys what's up.
No, but like you think that it's funny. You think you're being funny, but you actually just totally undermined everything you said. You're putting out your biceps. Why are you doing it? For validation.
I'm not doing it for validation.
You just said you wanted to show it off. You just said you wanted to show it off.
Ethan, it was a joke. Ethan, I just put on a shirt and I'm
okay,
on.
But okay, so it's a joke. But
I'm sorry that my biceps are big and you're looking.
We'll cover up. I'm sorry that my wife has big, beautiful titties.
I'm gonna go take a piss real quick. Can you guys give me like 2 minutes?
Please, please go ahead.
Where did you find this guy? I feel Dan more normal now. You better like me now, Dan. Where'd you find this guy?
On TikTok. He's just one of these characters. You know what I mean?
I feel validated today. I feel cured of histrionic personality disorder after meeting this guy.
Yeah, Jimmy's cured.
You couldn't be from two different worlds, Ethan.
Well, we
two
are.
guys. No,
And we are.
him and you.
No, we are. I'm saying we are.
Yeah, you're just.
Okay, this is slutty. I gotta ask him about this. That
Jeez.
is.
Is that him?
That's slutty, brother. That's him. That's a bit of a thirst trap. I would even go as far as to. He has his headphones on. He can hear me. I know you're listening. Hope
So his whole life is going to the gym. That's pretty much.
He doesn't want to admit it, but yeah.
His whole life is the gym.
That's,
okay.
And so my thing is like the gym is not like the end all be all. It's not going to fix all your problems.
But that's his whole life is the gym.
Yeah.
So.
And that's,
is he married, the guy?
He's in a serious relationship. I understand it, but he's not married.
Where does he live, if you don't mind me asking?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I believe Arizona.
Arizona? Beautiful Arizona.
Anybody here from Arizona?
Extremely beautiful. Anyone here from Arizona?
I think he went to Discord to ask for meme-themed disses.
He likes those iced teas.
Hey, dude.
What's up?
Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. I know it's getting a little contentious, but I appreciate that we're having this conversation.
What does that word contentious mean? Can you tell me what that means? You've used it.
24 years of wisdom, and you don't know what contentious means? It means we're butting heads. We're butting heads. We're at odds.
Okay.
Yeah. Argumentative. Hey, dude, look at this.
So what thirst trap did I post?
Bro, this is...
The shirtless picture on Instagram?
Yes, dude. This is unacceptable. That's a thirst trap. That's like you're...
Well, that was before. That was before, so
23 weeks? How long you been with your girlfriend? Thought you...
And it was also, I mean, pretty inspiring, I would say, considering I was...
Women can't be inspiring with their bodies?
I mean, there's nothing inspiring by taking off your shirt and showing men your tits.
That's what you're doing. You literally just took your shirt off and showed your tits.
That's exactly what you're doing in that photo.
Yeah, but the difference is I trained extremely hard and I dieted properly to get those.
Well, what about the girls who train extremely hard and then post? Like Hila is training right now with a trainer for a few months.
That's exactly what Hila's photo was.
That she's showing off.
Okay. I didn't know that. That's great.
Oh, well, I think that it's super inspiring that she did that.
But don't you see how silly you're being?
It inspires me, actually.
Don't you see how silly you're being? You go, oh, I didn't know that. But it's like, everybody who's posting pictures, like, there's a lot of them just feel good. They want to show it off all their hard work.
There's different contexts, right? These things are a lot more nuanced. Like if you're just posting a slutty picture versus if you're like working out and you're showing your core or like your progress in the gym, like before and after, that's a different context.
Okay, so gym progress pics are good.
It's a different context.
So if a girl posts herself in like tight gym pants and like a bralette, to show off progress. Is that cool? Or is that slutty?
Look, I still wouldn't want my girlfriend to do that. Just my personal preference.
Right.
But it's okay. I understand that if you want to show people your progress and you're proud of it, I'm all about that.
Yeah, but did you see it's a little silly? Because it kind of all qualifies as that when people want to show off and feel good.
No.
Because we're all working on it.
I just think it's context. Yeah, sure. I just think it's context.
Yeah, because this video you're putting out as the self-proclaimed role model says women should not ever do that because that means they don't respect their man. Like, this is you as a role model talking to men.
Things she can and cannot wear.
Because now you're adding nuance and context and stuff, and you're walking stuff back, and you seem more human, right? But like when I watch
this is how I am.
Hold on, though, because that's not what you're selling.
On TikTok,
that's not what you're selling.
Ethan, of course, I'm not selling anything.
Yes,
of course,
you are.
On TikTok,
you're selling
things are taken out of context,
as a self-help
and I have no
person.
control. I have
Stop
no
it! It's
control
your
over
people.
That. No. I don't have a self-help
What happened to being an alpha male, bro? You don't have control of your own social media account and the people you pay?
I never said
who
I
would
was.
want to be? You're incompetent. I have control over my shit. That's pretty hot.
I never said I was, Ethan.
You
I
say
never said I was.
you pay them.
You know,
you pay them.
You know.
You pay them.
Listen.
You said you pay them.
Listen. Okay. Are you done?
You said you pay them.
Yes, I do. Are you done?
Well, now that yes, I'm done. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. I never said I was an alpha male. I don't sell any self-help courses. I don't do any of that.
You're inspiring.
Okay. I'm just trying to inspire people. Sure. And I actually forgot what I was going to say, unfortunately, but
that's
hopefully
okay.
It comes back to my
Let's
mind.
go back. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, don't you sell courses though about like being a drop shipper and shit?
So I'm glad you asked. We actually have a free course.
You have a free course,
people can go in. Yep. People can go and join that for free. We just launched our first paid course yesterday.
So you do sell stuff.
And yes, as of yesterday, I sell paid.
Because you just said you don't sell stuff.
I said I don't sell self-help stuff. God, Ethan, you are so annoying to argue with. You just
your ideas are inconsistent.
You're picking at like the tiniest little details like that. You're just arguing like such a child.
No, but that's what it feels like to you. But I'm picking at your logical inconsistencies because your opinions, they're like.
You would have been a good lawyer, Ethan.
Well, thank you.
No, I'm listening to you.
But they're not small points, right?
Am I right, Olive? I just thought of that.
They're not. Yeah. They feel annoying to you because like you don't have adequate answers because your whole identity is contradictory. You're on one hand selling this image. And you're not selling it, right? People don't have to buy to watch your TikTok, but you're branding yourself as a self-help guy, and you put out videos like this about what women shouldn't, can, and cannot wear. And then ultimately, you're building yourself as a personality, like Andrew Tate, to sell courses. I mean, I'm not fucking born yesterday. We all know how it works, bro. Stop it.
No.
Stop, bro. Why are you pretending like it's not the funnel?
That's not because I'm not funneling people to buy my courses. Yes, there are things that when I speak in these podcasts, they are intended to be a little bit more polarizing. You probably do that too.
Whoa,
and that's how you get exposure.
Didn't you accuse me of being polarizing and that's why I was a bad dude?
So hold on.
You just said you post polarizing content.
No. I'm saying in those instances, okay, look. If I can't get my thoughts out, I'm going to lose my train of thought. And then if you won't let me finish speaking, I'm just not going to do it anymore. But I want to finish. I want to tell you.
Here's your answer. He answered it.
No, okay. So, yes, in order to grow and a faster way to grow, you post content. And if it's controversial, then it goes viral. Sure. And the truth is that Sebastian, if you watch my longer form content and if you watch my podcast throughout, you will see, and now you see as well, interviewing me, that I have a more nuanced perspective on things. And a lot of the time, there's a gray area, there's context, and I can understand that. So that's just the truth. When people see me and they're like, who is this shithead? They come and watch me on YouTube and they're like, okay, or whatever. Or they interview me or they watch podcasts like, okay, he actually is not
people
a
think
shithead.
You're a shithead.
He actually knows a couple of stuff. I'm just using a word.
Do people think you're a shithead?
So yes, those videos
do people
go viral.
Think you're a shithead?
Well, no, I don't know, Ethan. I wouldn't imagine they think I'm a shithead.
Because that's what you accuse me of, being a bad guy, and people don't like me, and that's people think you're a shithead because you're controversial.
So, yes, when when we post these
So what's the
podcasts,
difference between what we
people
do?
actually see me for who I am. The difference is when you actually find out who I am, I'm a decent person.
Unlike me.
And when people look at you, yes, unlike you, you're someone that spreads a ton of hate.
That's the
and
difference.
Someone that is not an example to follow.
So the difference between us is that once you get to know both of us, people will learn that you're a great guy and I'm still a piece of shit.
Now that's funny.
But that's what you said.
That's hysterical. You're killing me.
Ethan, I don't think there's anything very inspiring about you.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I've heard that. I've
I'm
heard
sorry,
that before.
but I don't. And maybe I don't know you that well. Maybe there is.
Well, people.
But I don't think that there is.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Listen, let's move on. Right. I don't want it to. I don't want to. Here, let's talk about this one.
Well, can we find common ground on something? Is there anything that you agree with?
Sorry. I think there is a lot of common ground. Like we have. I think there's crossover on values, but these are values that's like universal. Like you don't want your partner to call you ugly. That's not interesting, right?
So that's our common ground.
Well, I'm just making a point. We have lots of common ground, but that's like normal shit, right? And so I just you're branding. We both have good hairlines. Pull your hairline back. Let me see. That's pretty good hairline.
Good hairline. Very good hairline. I'm jealous, Dan. Dan, I'm jealous. Jersey Outlaw's jealous of that hairline.
Jimmy has to sit this one out.
Yeah, sorry, Jimmy. He just said you got to sit this one out.
Sorry, Jimmy.
I know. I'll have Olivia lower it down a little bit.
I do want to.
Are you not like Ethan? Is there nothing about what I've done on the internet that you find inspiring at all? Like what I've done for my family, like what I've done for young men, what I've done for people, I've inspired people. Is none of that important to you in any way?
Okay, so how did you make money? Let's start there.
Okay, so I'll tell you, and don't interrupt me, okay? I have a video on this. You can watch it for more detail, but I'll summarize it. So when I was in high school, I looked on the internet for ways to make money because, as you know, probably I didn't have any of it myself. I was the first thing I did was I started working at Taco Bell, and then I started working at a car wash vacuuming cars, and then I started vacuuming cars, and then I got into sales, and then I got into real estate, and then after real estate, I started doing drop shipping. That's where I started drop shipping. So I would start a store, work on it, start another store, work on it, and every store that I started, I became better at it. I became more skilled. And
what is drop shipping?
Drop shipping?
Yeah.
You know what drop shipping is.
I just want you to explain what it is. It's when you buy shit from Alibaba and then like resell it on Amazon, super marked up, right?
No. I mean, you buy stuff wholesale and then you sell it somewhere else. You can attach a logo. You can create a brand around it. There's a lot of things you could do, and it doesn't have to be cheap products. And you know what dropshipping is because you have a brand yourself and you guys source clothing that is not the highest quality clothing and you guys overprice it. So you know very well what this business is and you know how to do it.
You think that my clothing brand is dropshipping?
No, I think that your clothing brand is sourced from China or from wholesale places that are cheaply made with cheap quality, and then you sell it overpriced. People are better off just going to H&M at the mall and buying clothes there.
So
and plus,
what you do
also, when I was watching, hold on. When I was watching this video on you, there was a person that was also comparing your designs, and you guys were stealing tons and tons and tons of designs from other brands, which in the past you have also criticized other people of doing. So that's another way that you're a hypocrite, because you literally say people shouldn't steal designs from brands. Knocked drop shipping. You knocked drop shipping because you said that people sell shitty shit from Alibaba and they overprice it, but you literally do the same thing with your brand, Teddy Fresh. And I'm pretty sure that's a pretty large, pretty significant source of revenue for you. So I really think it makes you look bad when you say that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'm going to continue telling my story.
No.
Because I'm not done.
Well, come on. Don't be silly. Now I'm going to respond to that. So I just want to go back to where this conversation started. You talk about context and how stupid it is to express an opinion without knowing what the fuck you're talking about.
Sure. Okay, fine.
You watched no. You watched one hater video about how we steal designs and shit, but you've never heard me talk about that, right?
No, I haven't. This is all I know from it.
Okay, cool. So that's not a very well-informed opinion.
Okay, tell me, where do you get your clothes from?
So So first of all, you say that Teddy Fresh is drop shipped. You say we buy it.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, hold on.
I just said that I didn't say that.
I know you said you just
You
said
said
what you did.
you
say.
said you know what drop shipping is because you do it
Do
with
it.
Teddy Fresh.
Yeah.
You literally just said that.
Yeah.
You know, okay.
No,
I
no,
didn't
no.
mean
You
that
just
then.
said
You know
that.
what drop
That's a
shipping
fact.
Okay, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
So you know what dropshipping is because you've explained it, and you know what dropshipping is. You've explained it when you were criticizing me, and you do e-commerce, which is very similar to dropshipping.
All e-commerce is drop shipping? That's crazy. So listen.
Are you? Do you have like?
What
Is the speaker? Are the speakers not working?
No, they
Are you
work.
guys
I just
dumb?
think it's awesome that you speak confidently without knowing anything, which is something you criticize people for. Like you
No,
literally.
no.
Teddy Fresh. How do you think
You
we
guys-
make Teddy
you guys-
Fresh?
I will say something.
You've
I will
just-
say something, and you guys will take the most like absolute wrong. Like you'll perceive it in the most straightforward, absolute way, which is so like what you're doing is just trying as hard as you can to make me look stupid and bad. It's in a form of debate, and it's not like, look, I'm not here to do this. I'm here to share opinions.
You
What you guys
just
are
said
doing,
we
I'm
make
not gonna
low
fall for it.
quality content. How does our
What?
how is it, bro? How?
Okay, where do you get it from?
You literally
Where do you
just
get
said
it from?
that.
Ethan,
He
I
doesn't
said
remember what
yes.
he
Where
said.
do you get your clothes from? Do you not source it from cheap countries? Where do you get it from, please? If you don't tell me, where?
Let me do you think that
Okay, tell me.
good products can be made outside the United States? Is it possible?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so what's your point?
Where? Answer me the question. Where do you get?
We source it from all
where
over
do
the
you
world.
source your clothes?
All over the world.
Where's most of it come from?
A lot of it's made in China. Yeah.
Okay, great. Sure, that's where most of dropshipping products are made from.
Why
Chinese
is that the
they
same
make a ton of
thing?
products.
Why is that the same
Because
thing?
you are just Alibaba is Chinese products. You're knocking
How do you think we
dropshipping-
make our clothes? How do you think we make our clothes?
Oh my gosh.
No, seriously. How do you think we make our clothes? Tell me.
I think that you steal designs from other companies
Okay.
and you source products from Chinese countries. Okay?
So
And you said it yourself. I'm quoting you. You said that that's what they do with dropshipping. And then they ridiculously mark it up. That's also what you do. Your clothing is ridiculously marked up. And your wife has said that it should be worth more. When in reality, it's not. It's just cheap clothing.
okay,
There's nothing that special about it.
let me tell you about
Okay?
Teddy Fresh. We have 30 employees, a huge design team. We design everything in the studio, in our building. We source it. We mock it up. It's all original designs. We decide on the fabrics, the
It's
details.
not all original designs. It's not.
Well,
But
you're wrong. Well,
continue.
you're wrong. They are all original designs, and you watch one hater's video doesn't give you an informed opinion to speak that confidently about it. We
Okay,
design.
email me that.
We
then after
design
this.
it right in every detail. We do rounds of testing and stuff. It starts in a mock, and we work with some of the best manufacturers in the world. The same people that make
Okay,
Supreme
great. So you
stuff.
source your products from China. Drop shipping. A lot of drop shipping comes from China. Great. So
What the
you're
fuck?
knocking it, but you do exactly that. And then
No,
also,
it's nothing
like I was
alike.
trying to say,
Is Apple
and
drop
what-
ship
like I
their
was-
phones? Does Apple drop
Like
ship
I was-
iPhones? Does Apple?
like I was trying to
Does
say,
Apple
you
drop ship
ridiculously
iPhones?
overprice.
Does
you
Apple
ridiculous-
drop ship iPhones?
Look, all right.
No,
I-
no,
I'm not
seriously.
doing this, bro. Like,
No,
I'm-
does
no, I'm-
Apple
I'm
drop
not
ship
doing it.
iPhones?
No, Apple
What's
does
the
not,
difference
and I'm not
between
gonna
what
do
we
this
do?
anymore.
What's the difference between what I do and Apple does? Because their shit's made in China.
I think
Ethan,
he's done.
no,
I think he's
your
done.
brand is overpriced.
Based
You
on what
overprice it.
information is it overpriced?
Based on people can go to H&M and get similar style clothing for way cheaper.
So
For
is,
Forever 21. You sell hoodies for $100. You sell t-shirts for
is
$40.
there any hoodie worth
That's
buying?
overpriced.
Have you ever bought a nice hoodie before?
Okay.
You
so
believe in
this
status,
is
right?
all that I'm trying to say. This is all that I'm trying to say.
but you're saying personal things about my business and my wife's business. So I'm in full.
You have to be protective as
yeah,
the man.
I'm in a full right place.
I'm showing
as
you-
a man.
I'm
I'm
showing you how
protecting my
you're
wife's
wrong.
business. As a man,
Ethan,
and it's
I'm
not just
showing
about
you how
muscle.
it's wrong of you. I'm showing you how it's wrong of you to criticize something that you
I didn't even
directly
criticize
do.
it.
That's
I think it's
hypocritical.
funny you think
You
I'm
did.
criticizing.
You said
I just
dropshipping is a scam.
explained it.
You said it's a scam.
I never said that.
You said it's.
Bro,
you
you're
said it.
fucking.
You did when you
You're
criticized
living in an
me.
alternate
You
reality. Did I
said
say
that.
dropshipping is a scam?
You said that when you criticized me. Go watch the video on me.
Okay.
I can't believe you forgot this. I just watched it
I
2
can't
hours
believe
ago.
it.
You said dropshipping is a scam because you source things from China and then you sell them overpriced. And that's exactly what you do.
Why are they overpriced?
How can you not see your own hypocrisy? You're literally being the biggest fucking hypocrite right now. It's
Why
incredible.
is Teddy Fresh overpriced? Have you ever bought a nice hoodie before?
Okay.
Have you ever bought a piece?
It's overpriced.
Based
for
on
the
what?
type of clothing that it is.
Have you
Based
ever
on the fact
touched
that you-
it?
Okay.
Have you ever touched it? Have you ever looked at it? Do you know anything about it?
He's getting up.
Ethan,
That's
I
it.
would never pay $100 for a design that was 99% inspired from something else that's sourced
Me neither.
from whatever manufacturer. You guys are in the business of making as much profit as you possibly can, I would imagine. Okay? You're knocking something that you do. You're just a giant hypocrite.
All right, we're not getting anywhere, but I will say that
Let me finish my story.
Well, let me just say,
finish my
because
story,
as a
please.
man, I need to defend my wife's company. Our hoodies
Good.
are super
I
high
like that.
quality. They're made to last. They're made by the same manufacturers that make stuff like Palace, Supreme, and all the top brands. It's actually not super profitable because we put so much work into the materials and the crafts. Our margins are way less than our contemporaries' other brands' streetwear products because they actually charge more for the same type of product that's made in the same factory. But because we know that we don't want to mark it up too much on our customer, we take it at less of a margin. In fact, we operated on a loss last month because we wanted to take our time and spend more time on the design process and getting our processes in order with our 30 employees. So we did take a loss last month because we wanted to take our time and get things going, organized in an efficient way, like an alpha male would.
Great.
And
so what I'll do is I'll buy one of these hoodies. I'll buy one of your hoodies. I'll have it shipped here and I'll check it out and then I'll DM you. I'll let you know what I think about it. But
okay, cool.
It sounds like you're going to have some great quality clothing.
Thanks,
Katie,
bro.
can you buy one of Ethan Klein's hoodies for me? Thank you.
Thanks,
All
bro.
right, let me finish telling my story. Let me tell my story. So I got into dropshipping and then I started doing e-commerce, which is where you create brands and you develop like a whole identity around it and it becomes a more involved, serious thing. And then once I started to build up some capital, I started just posting my journey on YouTube. I was like, yo guys, I grew up super poor. There was one point in my life where my mom couldn't even afford to pay electricity. It was always very, very bad, thrifting clothes. And now I figured out a way to make some money on the internet. This is what I'm doing. So as I was learning dropshipping and e-com, growing my skill sets, my YouTube channel was growing in tandem with me. And then I built up capital and I started getting into like trading and I started doing like investing into stocks and cryptos and et cetera. And then my YouTube channel grew and grew. And then I started a agency. I started a marketing agency, basically just running Google ads for brands. That's what I referenced earlier. That agency, I texted my CMO today, has generated $50 million in sales for its clients. And we've worked with $1 billion clients, some brands that you're definitely aware of, working with their marketing. So we've done that. And then I continued to trade and invest. I did very, very well with trading, very, very well with investing. And then of course the YouTube channel grew. We had an initiative to like grow my personal brand, and get super big because we wanted to give back. So that free course that I mentioned is called Discover TikTok Dropshipping. It's like a brochure style. It's not the most detailed thing, but it's a good thing to watch if you're not sure if you want to get into dropshipping or not. It'll teach you the basics. And so the idea is like, hey, if you like this, you can watch this and there's good information in here. Based on this information, if you don't like it, then you can go a different way.
Who's the better
and that's
salesperson,
free.
me or you?
Sebastian, are you a
And hold on.
multi-millionaire?
Hold on. Yes, hold on. So
That's what I thought.
yes, and then that's what basically there's like affiliate links.
We can
in there,
learn, Dan,
and,
from them.
Bro, I'm not. Listen, I want to let you talk, but I don't need you to explain what affiliate marketing is.
Okay, so yeah, we did that, and now that's doing very, very well. And then yesterday, because we have 188,000
The only thing you're inspiring me to
people
do
in
is
that
fall
free
asleep
course.
right now, bro.
You're getting to be funnier than me, Ethan. I'm getting a little jealous of you.
Oh, really,
now.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
No, but seriously, you're monologuing
I mean,
for too long.
you should listen. No, I'm telling you my story. I mean, you should listen to me.
It's inspiring.
I've done very.
It's inspiring.
I've done very, very well for myself.
It is inspiring.
And your company took a loss last month. So,
It is
I mean,
inspiring.
you
know
listen.
who else made a lot of money?
Well,
Jeffrey
clearly
Epstein.
Clearly not. Okay, so yeah.
But I'm
that's
saying
great.
that
I mean,
inherently is it's nice that you did that, but it's not enough.
Your examples are so bad. Like
How?
I can't believe you're comparing me to these terrible people.
I'm not saying that you do what Jeffrey Epstein.
Sebastian, how many homes?
Became
How many homes do you have?
So anyway, I did that, and if you guys are boring and if it's not interesting,
No,
then that's fine.
Let me
And I'll
ask you. Can I please ask you one thing? Who's a better salesman, me or you?
What do you mean? Who's a better salesman?
Do you think you're a good salesman?
What? I don't. Give me. What do you mean, salesman in terms of what?
No, I'm not trying. I'm
In terms
not
of
trying. It's not
selling yourself. Selling a car,
yeah.
Selling a
selling
pen?
yourself.
Which one?
You know,
What?
selling yourself. Because obviously, I'm not trying.
Well, Ethan, I don't think you really even sell yourself. I think that you just make broad content that appeals to a broad audience, and that's why you have a lot of people watching you. I don't think that you really even sell
you're
yourself.
a good salesman?
I don't know why you're asking me this question.
Because I just fucking sold your ass a hoodie, bitch.
There it is.
So who's more alpha? You just
There you go, Big Dan.
Oh.
There it is, Big Dan.
Hey,
Mr.
Ethan,
Stalin.
I haven't bought anything. Katie,
I know.
Did you buy that yet?
Yeah, I know. You don't have to buy it. It's still funny.
No, I'm gonna contribute, try to make your business profitable this month, because my life. This is what I want.
He
I
has
want
so
everybody
much
to
money,
do better.
Ethan. He could probably buy 20
Ethan,
hoodies.
I want everyone. No, Jimmy, shut up. I want everyone to do better in life.
40
I want
hoodies.
everyone to be.
You're a
better version of
multi-millionaire. You could
themselves.
buy his company.
Jimmy, I'm not talking to
Sebastian
you right
Fresh.
He's the outlier.
I'm the Jersey outlaw.
He's out of control. Sorry, I apologize for
listen to
Jimmy.
me.
Yeah.
I had to say it.
Listen to
I had
me.
to say it in your behalf.
No, you're good. Go ahead. I'm
I
sorry, Sebastian.
want everyone to do the best that they can possibly do in their life. And I know that that's good for them. That's what I want. I want you to make more money. I want your company to be profitable. I want you I want you to lose weight. I want you to be happy. I want you to be the best version that you can possibly be. I don't care that we disagree on everything. I don't care that you brought me on here and you're trying to make me look dumb and it's not working. I still want the best for you. And that's my, like,
He's a better
my
salesman than
ideology.
you.
That's what I want.
I also wish
so I'm
the
just letting you
same.
know.
I wish the same for you. I don't want.
All
I
that
don't.
want.
Not wishing harm for you. My thesis is that you are putting out, I think, harmful ideologies in tandem with Andrew Tate. You're riding that wave of red pilling, and I think it's really bad what you're doing. You also called me dumb and the worst person in the world, but we already went over that. We walked that back, so that's fine. But this is what I'm saying, and we can get back to that if you want, because I do think there's interesting things like Andrew Tate. I'd love to discuss with you because I know you're a fan of
No,
his.
I'm not red pill at all, and I wouldn't say I'm a conservative. I don't care too much about politics. I literally just want to do my own thing, and I want the best for me and my family and everyone else in the world. That's all. I just want to be left alone. I don't want you to tell me that my kids have to be gay. I want you to just leave me alone. That's all. I can raise my own kids.
So you think people want your kids gay?
No, I'm just saying I don't want to get into this because I'm Frank, I don't enjoy arguing with you because you're very frustrating. I'm just saying I want to be left alone. That's my point.
You want to be left alone. What does that mean?
It means I don't want people to tell me like I have to
be whatever. Right.
That my kids have to be gay or whatever. I don't know.
Right. But
Just
nobody's saying that, right? No, nobody's saying that. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, I'll give you an example. If I were to send my kids to public school, I don't want for my 6-year-old to be exposed to a book talking about like gay sex or
but that's not happening,
like that.
Is it?
That is happening.
Really? Where?
That is happening. Look it up. I'm sure there's a book that went viral for like it was in elementary schools and it was teaching kids about like sex
you seem to have a really,
stuff, and I just don't want that.
Yeah. You seem to have a really good grasp on the topic.
On reality.
Because you're prepared to homeschool your kids because of some anecdote that you are telling me to, quote, look up. Because do you have any other specifics to guide my research?
You could just look it up. I'm sure it's easy to find.
Okay. Can you guys look it up? Is there an epidemic of 6-year-olds learning about sex?
It's specifically a book that is teaching kids to be gay.
Are you referring to the books in Dearborn, Michigan?
Dearborn? Is it just something that happened in
Dearborn? I know
Dearborn?
you're from Detroit. That's why I asked.
Hold on. No, I didn't. I've never seen this in person. I've only seen this on the internet. So hold on.
Okay. Well, I don't. Well, there's a lot of people who are scared. I've heard that point before. It's like, I don't want my kids to go to public school and then like they become gay. They get tricked to become gay or trans or something. And well, you say that there was a 6-year-old's learning about gay sex or something, and it's ruining society. So let's look into that.
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. No, I did not say that. I didn't say that it was ruining society. You're just like, oh my God, this is so frustrating.
Hold on.
You take one piece of information from what I've said, and then you create like this absolute version, the absolute wrong version
Can
of what
I play
I said.
something for you
It's
that's
so
related?
frustrating.
Let me play something that's related.
I was tanning and I just overheard some kids talking loudly. They were talking about something transgender, something gay. I got up and I went and I talked to them and they were like 16, 17. And I asked them, I'm like, I just have a question. How many people are gay at your school? Like, how many people are in the LGBT community, would you say? And one kid immediately said like 60%. And I was like, huh? And the kid's like, nah, he's exaggerating. And then it's probably like 35, 40%. And I was like, what? Are you serious? Like almost half? And they're like almost half are transgender or gay. And I'm like, bro, I graduated high school like 4 years ago and there was like 3 gay people. What happened?
Yes.
By the way, this is from last year. It says, what the F is happening with gay people? 10 years ago, everyone called them F words, the F slur for gay people in high school. And today, 1 in 6 high schoolers claim to be gay.
1 in 6. So yeah, it's continuing. More and more people.
So do you miss the days when we could call gay people, the F word?
No, I just think it's surprising. I think it's crazy that that's happened. It's been such a popular trend lately.
Yeah, but that's not true either, is it? It's not 1 in 6.
No, it is. It is.
Really?
I've talked to my cousins that are in high school. I've talked to my cousins in high school. I've talked to strangers that were in high school that go to my school. And a lot of people liked that video and commented on it and said the same thing. I mean, it's a lot more people are gay and transgender these days than before. And I thought it was surprising that there's such... No, 30% or more sometimes. There was such a spike in it, which I thought was crazy and surprising considering gay people can't reproduce. So it's interesting to see that there's such a spike in it. And I was curious about it.
But the obvious answer would be that it's becoming more acceptable to come out of the closet, so to speak.
Yeah, it's becoming more acceptable and it's becoming more of a trend and more people are saying like, hey, this is, I don't know, yeah, whatever. I think it's also becoming more acceptable, but it's more of a trend now.
You said it's not genetic, sexuality is programmed. I wasn't into girls when I was 12 weeks old, right? I mean, you're a baby. Why would you want to fuck women at 12 weeks? If a baby human was kept in a white room until he turned 18, he wouldn't have a sexuality. I think he'd be fucking brain dead.
He would just be an animal. Yeah, no. Yeah, it would just be straight limbic system.
Well, there's actually studies, right, of when there was like a wolf girl or something who wasn't exposed, or she was kept in a basement or something, and she lost the ability to speak. So of course they wouldn't have any sexuality.
Well, there was actually they tried to do the study and it had to stop because they didn't give any interaction to the children, and the children would just die even though they were getting enough food or air. Like they just needed affection and love. So the study couldn't even be finished. I looked it up. So it was too inhumane.
So you say
that I tweeted that because people think they're born gay, and I don't think they're born gay.
So people are not born gay; they choose to be gay.
I don't think people are born gay. Yeah, I think that
they choose to be gay.
It's a life choice. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and so why would someone want to choose that? Especially if you go back like 20 years ago, right? Like, or like, 50 years ago. If you go back all the way.
Do you know, Ethan, why I read on that a long time ago? It's guys that don't have tight relationships with their father, from what I remember.
They end up gay.
Right. That's one of
Jimmy.
What? Is that a bad thing?
Yeah, I
to
don't know.
Let's back it up a little bit there.
No,
Do you
I
not have a good
remember as a
relationship with your
kid.
father,
I remember
Ethan?
as a kid.
No, not.
reading
I mean,
on
it's
it.
okay. It's not like.
I didn't mean anything bad by it, but a commonality I saw from when I was in my 20s, because I was never gay, was like.
Jimmy,
Did I say something bad?
I'm just trying to help you.
Okay, then I'm not going to say anything. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
That's just what I remember.
I'm gonna go take a piss.
All right, go ahead. I want to unpack this with you. This is interesting.
Damn.
Sorry if
I haven't peed once. By
Second
the way.
pee. Yeah, he's on his second pee right now.
Oh, who is that? Beta.
How much longer, Heath, do you keep him on? Is he your whole podcast?
I didn't expect it to go this long, but this is great. I'm enjoying it.
He says that this was going to be a life-changing experience for you. Do you think it's life-changing so far? Have you seen the light?
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the light, but it's too bright.
Yeah.
It's too
I'm with
bright. Yeah.
So,
who's that?
Any good movies lately?
Nah.
These glasses have changed my life.
Okay, so check this out. Here, I want to hit you with something about the gay thing.
Okay.
So.
Okay, Ethan, let's talk for 14 more minutes, and then I have to go. So that should give us enough time to.
That's fair. So listen, left-handed people, the amount of left-handed people back in the day was really low. Because people with left-handed were seen as inferior, and they were forced to use their right hand more often. But as it became more acceptable and people realized left-handed people weren't demons, then the amount of left-handed people increased, and it became steady at what, like 10% or something?
12%.
12% is left-handed. It went up astronomically
Wait.
all of a sudden.
What did it go for? From what to what? From what percent to 12%?
It went from about 3% to 12%, so a fourfold increase.
So 4 times. Wow. Interesting.
And people don't. Would you say people choose to be left-handed?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, but that'd be silly. Why would you choose to be left-handed? It's like just a silly
I don't know.
thing.
I think it's. I mean, they could choose to be left-handed, or maybe they. I don't know. Maybe.
Can I
they're
ask
just
you,
born.
if you go back, what was the Turing guy who invented? He invented computers.
Alan Turing.
Yeah, he was a closeted gay man. And when he came out, he was like lobotomized and ostracized. And so why would someone like that choose to be gay? I wonder.
I don't know. They felt that it was who they truly were inside, probably, and that's where they felt comfortable.
So wait, if it's someone's,
maybe.
If somebody's being true to their inner self, how is that a choice?
How is it not? I mean, they're deciding that this is the way that they're going to express like who they really are. This is what they're going to do.
Do you choose every day to be attracted to women?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I'm just naturally attracted to women.
Right. So do I need to connect the dots, or you got it?
Let me think about it. Hold on.
Go ahead.
And collect my thoughts.
Go ahead. It's all good. Take your time. Because you're so close. You said
Well, the thing is, I wasn't born straight though. Like going back to the tweet, it's something that I've developed, and now that I'm mature in it and I'm secure in my attraction to women. I wasn't born being attracted to women. I wasn't born with the sexuality, and I think that you kind of just figure it out, and then you like based on the way you grow up in your environment or whatever happens to you in life, you go one or the other way. I read a statistic. You guys, you can have your team look it up, but it was like a majority of people that are part of the LGBTQ have had like some sort of traumatic sexual experience in their life, or they have some sort of traumatic event happen in their life that greatly influences their coming out or their decision or whatever to be whatever it is that they want to be. And also, although it's a very small proportion of the population of them, which I think it's like, I don't know what percent it is. They are responsible for a majority of like the sexual, what is the word? like sexual cases, like molestation, like sexual abuse cases, like they're responsible for it, which would just mean that it would make sense because if they were sexually abused, then they would be more likely to sexually abuse. I'm sure you learned that in therapy.
You think gay people are more likely to be abusive to children?
Sexually abusive? I think that's a statistic. Yeah, I think that's true. I believe so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not true. Because let me ask. I'll fact check that. But do kids choose their upbringing?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kids don't choose their upbringing, and then they become adults, and then they have this inner commitment. They want to be true to themselves inside them to be gay. So at what point are they choosing to be gay?
I don't know, Ethan, and I don't. You're gonna try to frame me as like someone that doesn't like gay people. I don't have anything against gay people at all. If someone wants to be gay, they should be gay, and that's fine. If it makes them happy, then do that. I have friends that are gay, so I don't know. Like you're in this podcast, you're gonna try to make me look bad, but it's not gonna work here. I don't have anything against gay people.
I'm having a conversation with stuff you said. For example, there's this idea that gay people are predators. That's super homophobic and actually super wrong, right? There's no credible scientific study or evidence that suggests that lesbian, gay, bisexual, or trans people are more likely to sexually abuse children than heterosexual. In fact, research has consistently shown that sexual orientation is not a predictor of sexual offending of a child. The American Psychological Association, among other professional organizations, has stated that there's no empirical evidence to support the notion that homosexuality is a risk for child sexual abuse.
So I found a study actually that I read that said there's 4 environments the child can grow up in, right? Or more than that, but you could have married male, female. You could have unmarried male, female, married male, male, married female, female. And the absolute best case scenario for a child, the best environment was married male and female for various reasons. And that the worst environment was unmarried female and female. And they reported that they followed these kids throughout their lives, and they saw that these kids were often more depressed. They had more anxiety. They had trouble paying attention in school, and et cetera, et cetera. So I read that study.
They get bullied.
I could forward that to you.
If it's true, which I don't think it is.
No,
it's probably
I think
because the kids get bullied for having gay parents.
So I'll link you the study and you could read it. I don't think it's necessarily because they get bullied for having gay parents. It could be because the man gives something that the child needs and the woman gives something that the child needs, and that's just the best scenario for the child, as it's always been since the birth of our species. It's always been this way, and that's why it's probably still the best way.
Right,
I'll send you the study.
Still, let's assume that's true. Like, who cares, right?
Well, you would want your kid to grow up and not.
Well, of course, my kid's going to grow up.
Not be.
I fucked my wife. I mean, I fucked my wife, and we had a kid.
You wouldn't.
It's none of my. You said you just wanted to be left alone, bro. Why do you care?
You're asking me. That's why I'm responding.
Okay. So what do you do with the data? The data has some application.
We have 7 minutes, Ethan. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Can we end it on a good note, or is that out of the question?
No. You're right. Let's move on. It's not that. It's whatever. Let's see. I want to show you. Well, first, okay, let's just do this. I know you don't have a lot of time. Your thoughts on Andrew Tate real fast. I just want to address this with you.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. So just tell me real fast. Do you think he's a role model? Do you think he's a good guy? Like, I just want to hear you talk about him in short. Yeah, go ahead.
So I'll tell you what I think, and please don't interrupt me so I can get everything out.
Just try to be succinct, okay, if you can be, because we don't have a lot of time.
There are some things about Tate that are good things that men would want to emulate, and there are some things that you should absolutely not emulate. There are both. There are bad and good.
So
that's where I stand.
So I think the good ones are obvious.
Good or bad?
The good ones are obvious. Like, we know he's like rich and successful and whatever, yada yada yada. So what are the bad ones? That's what I'm curious about.
Okay, starting a agency and like an OnlyFans agency or webcam agency, I don't think that men should ever aspire to do that ever. Sleeping with a bunch of girls and having like all these girls with you and having multiple wives, I completely disagree with that. Those two things, absolutely. And then what else is there? He's too blunt. Like, he's a little bit too hard. He's too aggressive. I think that you need to calm down. But I also think that he is that way on the internet, and in reality, he's a lot less aggressive. That's just what I believe.
Do you think he's a sex trafficker?
I don't know. I think that there's a chance that he could be framed, but also there's a lot of information that I don't know. But I don't think him being framed is crazy. I don't think that's completely out of the question. I think that he pissed off a lot of people, and those people don't want him to talk. Did you see the real quick? Yes or no? Did you see the podcast with Tucker Carlson and Nelk Boys?
I know it happened. I didn't watch it.
Okay, so in the podcast, Tucker talks about Jeffrey Epstein, and he was like, Jeffrey was like, he called his brother the 2 days before or something, and he's like, yeah, Jeffrey's going to get out, everything's going to be fine, and then boom, dead. And that was in like the New York federal prison, which was like one of the most secure places in the entire planet. There was like this many inmates that when the doors opened and they got out,
I want to have time to rebuttal.
So
I don't want to cut you off.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hold on.
Go ahead.
So the cameras weren't working. The inmates got out. Jeffrey Epstein was dead. And then the next day, some people were discharged. Names were never found. Nobody knows anything. Like, this person was killed in one of the most secure locations possible. Nobody knows who did it.
Fishy.
So yeah, I believe there are people out there that have some crazy ass power. And if Tate goes against some of the things that those people agree with, I think that those people have reason to not like him and reason to try to get him behind bars or killed. I do believe that. So I don't believe it's crazy for him to be falsely accused or for him to be set up. I don't believe that at all.
Okay, so it's possible he was framed. I mean, this is from just last year. You said Tate is a G brother. Jordan Peterson is a different energy, but both together are the fathers we never had. So obviously you look up to him and you think, well, maybe, but he's probably framed. So I want to show you a video. May I?
Okay.
This is a video. It's not long. This is a video from Hustler University, which is his e-commerce course, that was unearthed. So let me just play this for you. This is Andrew Tate speaking for himself.
Then you start saying things like, oh yeah, but you're always working. I have to do some traveling and you can't come. I want to bring you with me. Traveling is a great one because the thing about this business is mobile. If you can find a good Airbnb with good internet, you can run it somewhere else. So it's a good little caveat to throw in. Oh, and you're always working. Why don't you work for me so we spend more time together? Work for you doing what? So I'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen, come, let's have a meeting. Let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. You, your bottom bitch, the new girl, you go out for fucking a nice dinner. Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear it from a girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained. That's why I said it's so important to have a good first girl. Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not going to pay anybody tax because you're getting paid in Bitcoin. So you don't need to pay tax to anybody. You need to tell your girl that you're paying the tax. Because girls are lazy, and girls are stupid, and girls don't understand how taxes work. So the girl's working with you, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we've made this much money, but I'm going to pay the tax to make sure we don't get in trouble. She'll sit there and go, okay, okay. Now that allows you to do two things. One, it's another control element. If I work with him, my tax is not a problem. If I do it alone, I have to deal with taxes. Taxes are complicated. So control element. It allows you to pay her a smaller percentage. So I used to pay my girls 30%. So for every $10,000 they made, I'd give them 3, and I'd keep 7. They thought they were on 50%. And I said that the disparity is because of taxes. So you're on 50%, but we had to pay the tax first, and then it's 50-50. If they say, why is it 50-50? Because I'm the one on camera. You say, because I'm the one typing, I'm the one with the property you're working in, I'm the one paying the bills, the electricity, I'm the one who's, and the electricity and every other maintenance cost of this property, I'm the one who bought the equipment, I'm the one who knows what he's doing, I'm the one with the knowledge, I'm the da-da-da-da-da-da. Shut the fuck up, go online. And they should be pretty happy with that if they respect you as a person overall. So really you're paying 30, you tell them you're paying 50, the difference is in the tax. That's where the disparity lies, taxes. If they don't believe you or they want to get fresh or whatever, print out some tax forms. I used to do this all the time. I used to print out some random tax forms and say, yeah, sign here and sign this. What is it? It's for the tax. You want to pay the tax or not? Oh, okay. And they just sign away. They don't know what they're fucking signing. I'll throw them away afterwards. But they think something's happening. Something real's happening. Nothing's happening besides me getting rich, bitch.
Was that interesting to you? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, What do you want me to say? I mean, I don't like that. Like, I disagree with the way he talks about women in that video for sure.
Do you think he was framed after watching that?
Well, I don't think that doesn't provide any evidence as to into sex trafficking. He was just talking about how he like strong arms and manipulates women into like working with him.
Well, he started by saying I bring what you just said is coercive sex trafficking.
Strong arming somebody into working with you. That's the trafficking part. That's the strong arming.
I don't
Just to be clear.
know that much, and I figured out it's sex trafficking. So when I'm
Well,
said,
maybe
Ethan, is that
maybe I just don't know that.
Ethan, that's sex trafficking. So I'm an idiot, and I knew. So if I know, it's not a hard one to figure out.
Well, he started by saying, I bring a girl over. She doesn't want to do webcam work. So I bring my bottom bitch. You know what that is, right?
I figured it out.
You know what a bottom bitch is?
No.
It's like your main prostitute, your main sex working girl who is on your side in terms of convincing the women and putting forward narratives and helping keep the women in check. So he brings the bottom bitch. They all go out together. He says, I have the bottom bitch explain why it's such an awesome job to her. She doesn't want to do it at first, but we convince her with this bottom bitch. Then we bring her to my compound where I steal money from them.
I got
lie.
it. I know.
Yeah.
So that definitely does not look good for sure. Like
at least
it doesn't look good, but
I don't know about you, but if I knew someone that said that shit, I'm out.
Like I said, I think Tate has some good things about him, and there are some things I don't like about him. But
don't you think you're putting it mildly when you go, there's some things I don't like about him? Because what he just said is he's admitting to several crimes. And I know sex trafficking maybe is not sometimes as obvious as people think, but he did describe what sex trafficking is.
Is he in jail, Heath?
He is in jail.
For how long?
Well, his trial is on. He's been detained he's in detention, but his trial hasn't happened yet.
But he's locked up.
He's locked up, yeah.
So you're safe because he's not around.
I'm safe.
Not you. I mean, people are safe.
The women are safe.
Yeah, people are safe.
The women are safe.
So
G Lane was Epstein's bottom bitch.
It's almost 3 minutes. That doesn't look good. Just to finish that off, it's pretty shitty by him, in my opinion, and I don't think anyone should look up to that part of him at all. For sure, that's
it doesn't
terrible,
invalidate the good parts.
I mean, you can pick things from people, and you can take the good things and leave the bad. But yeah,
the good parts being he's jacked and does karate.
And he motivates people to get in the gym and
but he also sex traffics women.
But he goes to the gym.
But we're all gonna.
He goes to the gym. He's cool.
It's that
right, Olip?
Ethan.
A lot of people say Hitler was a great. I hate to go back, but it's just so easy. Hitler was he did all kinds of. He motivated people. He really did motivate people. Why?
But he was a bad person.
I was
a motivator.
Ethan, I don't want to just leave.
Give and take.
Ethan, I told you I have to go, and I want to wrap it up.
Andrew Tate says, I love raping you to a woman who accused him of rape. That's a WhatsApp text obtained from a subpoena.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we wrap it up or do I have to leave?
We can wrap it up.
I
Yeah,
really
you gotta
want to say.
I do want to say
I gotta go.
I appreciate all the time that you spent here with us. Thank you.
Thank you,
I did not
Sebastian.
expect it to be this long.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We had a lively conversation. We had a contentious conversation. You learned a new word today.
I never finished my story either, Ethan. You never let me finish my story.
Go ahead.
Well, I don't have time now, but you can watch my video on it.
Did you change my life?
You don't think it's that interesting.
You said you would change my life. Do you think that you've achieved your goal?
I don't know. I think that we're going to need multiple sessions. We don't have to record them, but you could give me your phone number. I can call you and we could talk more.
Do you really think you can help me, that you have knowledge, that you can motivate me?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that I could open up your mind.
Right.
100%.
And you know that I'm like, I'm the traditional male that you dream of, dude. I'm married. I've got kids. I'm rich. I run my own business. Don't you think you should be asking me for advice?
No.
Why?
No, not even.
But I am the
no.
traditional male
There's
dream.
something.
Because you're fat, Ethan.
But you don't go to the gym, Ethan.
Yeah, you're fat.
Well, that's it.
There are some things I could probably learn from you, but no, there's definitely things you could learn from
You
me
value
as well.
monogamy,
I believe that.
heterosexuality, children, and wealth.
All right,
I have all
Ethan.
those things.
Ethan, you could learn more from him. No, you could learn more from him. Olivia and I, we agree on that one note. Right?
Here's my words of wisdom. You're 24-year-old. You don't know shit about life. As all 24-year-olds, you have hubris. That's your downfall. You would be so much more open and receptive and respectable if you had some humility. Exactly. You need to have humility.
I have more humility. I have more humility than you do.
You see what
That's
you just
such
said?
a hypocritical thing to say.
You literally just did it.
You're one-upped.
I said I have more humility than you.
thing.
Don't you see that that's an ironic statement?
You are being such a hypocrite.
But don't
it's
you
unbelievable.
see? You said I
It
have
is
more humility than you.
unbelievable.
Like, do you see how stupid that is? Like
all of your content is hateful. How
We're
can you
back
go
on
on
that.
and brag
keep
about
saying
being more
that, bro.
humility?
I
having more
criticize people.
humility
I'm a
than-
comedian.
Look at. Oh my god. All right.
I'm inspiring men. I'm inspiring men.
I tried to wrap it up and like finish off on a good thought, to literally be more mature than this nearly 40-year-old person here that invited me to his show.
37.
And you're not having this. I'm already 6 minutes
52.
past where I need
Well,
to go.
the difference of our
So I'm
age
going
was
to
quite
leave.
apparent, but I do wish
I'm
for
going
you.
to leave. I'm going to leave
I
now.
do
'cause
wish
you
for you
can't
to
do
have
this. You
more
just want to
humility.
keep going like a little child.
More humility.
Give us a flex to end it on a good note. Give us a flex.
Let's see the muscles.
Flex us up.
Yeah.
There it is.
Go, you hoe.
Take the shirt off. Let me
Let's
see
go.
the peck work.
Do
Zoom
Dr.
them out.
Let me see the
Fidel.
peck work.
Do it, Dr. Fidel.
Let me see
Shirt
the
off.
back.
Shirt off, Dr.
Okay.
Fidel.
You work hard for
I'm
it. Show it
leaving.
off, brother.
See you later, my friends.
All right, nice
I
chatting.
hope-
Thanks
I
for
hope we can
calling.
talk again soon.
Yeah, maybe we
See you
will,
later.
actually. But I appreciate you spending the time and sitting through it all. So thank you, man. Appreciate it. Really do.
Have a good night.
All right. Take care.
have a good
Recording
night.
stopped.